Hey, how's it going, everyone? Nathan coming back at you, and I'm recording this shortly after the urshifu ban, which is something that I have been pushing for a very long time. I'm excited to see if for no other reason than it leads to one of my favorite Pokemon, Reuniclus, becoming slightly more viable and overused here. And I thought, what a better way to celebrate that than by having a laddering series where I take Reuniclus to the top 500, because it's RU right now. Let's face it. It's an RU Pokemon at the moment. It's definitely a very good Pokemon RU, but I think it can definitely hang in overused. I'm not sure if I'm necessarily pushing it for it to be ranked as overused, but I think it's a great example of a Pokemon that might not necessarily be overused rank, but can still compete very well and be a major contributor to your overused teams, especially being a Toxic Spec swap in, because that's going to be an important facet of any Pokemon going forward now that Urshifu's gone. Not that it got much better with Urshifu gone, but just still, my point is, as ever, Toxic Specs is a huge threat. So to mark this new account I'm making, I started with a new team here, and oh, I accidentally deleted this. It'd be Skull, Defog, Roost. That's what I'm forgetting. There we go. Took just the most basic rain offense team I could find here. It's got a lot of basic features like Barraskewda, which is a fantastic Swift Swim user, as well as Seismitoad, which offers a ground typing, in addition to some special sweeping and a Stealth Rocker. You get Tornadus here, which could be running a Defog, but we opted for U-Turn instead here. This team actually comes basically from Asuma, by the way. However, instead of having a Tapu Koko here, which is, maybe a little bit more viable in a true strict sense, I think Reuniclus offers a more tanky pivot. With Trick Room, it offers some help against some Pokemon if you get into like a speed creep war. You can still use Trick Room to, in a sense, outspeed your opponent. Plus, this Life Orb Thunder is going to be a huge help against some Steel Flying types, which would normally plague this kind of offense a bit. As well, the Nasty Plot Tornadus, I think, is a fantastic wall breaker. Maybe not wall breaker so much as a sweeper. Depends how you classify it, I suppose. I've classified it as both in the past. But anyways, pretty basic team. Let's see how it goes. And I'm excited to get going. When you're doing low ladder, though, I'm going to do lots of different teams in the series, I think. But when you're doing this sort of low ladder gameplay, I think offense is really important, because look at our opponent. They don't seem to have considered defensive synergy very much at all, which is fair. If you're just starting on the ladder, you want to have some fun, you want to throw 6 of your favorite Pokemon on, that's fine. But if we're up against some offense, I want to bring my own, and I want to be hitting as hard as possible. Now, Gino is really fast, and I know it's got a strong Tail Slap in addition to a strong Rock Blast. So if it's either of those, our Ferrothorns are going to be a great option. It's going to tank the Rock Blast. If they Tail Slap, we resist it, and they're taking like 50% damage here. Play Rough, okay, even better. I can even go for some hazards right now. It's only got spikes, but looking at their team, that team's very weak to spikes. So let's go for that right now. They double down and they go, you know what? That play rough didn't do it. Maybe a Dazzling Gleam will. Maybe that's what we needed all along. And am I zoomed in right here? I guess I am. Okay. And they forfeit. Yeah, that's not a big surprise. We'll keep this going. I got to register this account afterwards too. That can't have one of you guys snaking it on me. That'd be bad. We need another one here. Very offensive looking as well. There's the possibility, if anyone's going to lead, that a Rabombi does, but a Sash Garchomp definitely is not at the question either. If that's the case, Ferrothorn looks like a great lead, but I can set up my rain instantly with Pelipper, go for a U-turn on a Garchomp Rocks or whatever, which I like a lot. Or I could just Scald, take a decent amount from Rabombi Moonblast if Pelipper would stay in. It depends what the Garchomp's running. I don't like the idea of it getting a free Swords Dance, but I threaten it with a Scald. Honestly, I'm not too afraid of Garchomp. That's my thinking. Garchomp, I'm not too afraid of as a lead here because I've got a whole Barraskewda in the back. That's not going to be a problem. In fact, if anything, I want to keep my Ferrothorn safe more than anything because it's my best answer for this Rillaboom right now. So, okay, I'm okay with this option. They go to Rillaboom right off the rip. Okay. Well, I'll go to Ferrothorn here, probably on a Swords Dance. If they Swords Dance, probably Tornadus is actually a much better option. If they're this set, Tornadus doesn't have too much to fear, at least not until after a Swords Dance. We're just going to go for turn 1 here. I don't see a good Hurricane swap in, so this is going to be fine for us. We completely tank a Grassy Glide. We could have a negative defensive nature, and we'll still take this Grassy Glide, I believe. I don't know. Kind of going off head calcs here. As for swap-ins, they've got Rabombi, which is interesting. What's their speed tier against? Like 120, if I remember right? Yeah, they're just enough to be faster than us, but they get the Confuse. Regardless, I think I'll go for the U-turn here, or I can Nasty Plot and kind of go for a sweep afterwards. Who do they have that outspeeds me? Kind of Spectrier. Spectrier will have to manage with our own fast Pokemon here. Let's go for a U-turn. They do get the webs off. That's fine. Now, in this situation, I want to choose a Pokemon that baits in their Pokemon that I want to see next. And what do I mean by that? If I go to Seismitoad, we're guaranteed that we're going to see Rillaboom. And actually, Rillaboom, now that I mention it, I swap into very comfortably. Whereas, just to finish the analogy, if I went to Reuniclus, I'd bait out the Spectrier. And Spectrier I don't like swapping into nearly as much. So for this case, let's go straight to our Seismitoad again. I would love to see this Rillaboom come out here. And if that's the case, then we'll go straight back to our Tornadus or even our Ferrothorn. If they Swords Dance again, Tornadus is the correct play. But if they just go for a straight trying to chip me down, like a knockoff, then Ferrothorn first would be fine. But this Ferrothorn is still pretty useful. How much speed effort does it have? Not too much, but still, it's enough that they can do something against Spectre here. But again, I don't really fear too much with this Tornadus here. They go to Nidoking instead. Okay. I guess you can take one Hurricane, so let's just U-turn back out. That's a great double swap on their point. If I'd been trying to beat that, though, I could have gone to Weavile if I were them, if they were trying to beat this double swap. But I guess Nidoking also possibly has Flamethrower for the Ferrothorn, so maybe they're covering both options. Strong plays regardless. If I go to Seismitoad and Scald, they don't really have a good option. We should still be faster. We're 2 stages faster than Nidoking, and -1 from the Sticky Webs. Don't really swap in comfortably if that's the case. Spectre maybe. They might get Spectre in, but I'm okay with this play. As the Ice Beam. Fair. That's kind of what I expected. I could have got the Barraskewda, but Barraskewda is not nearly as tanky. But it resists it, so maybe that would have been a better play. Not too sure. We'll see what they click right now. So far, Reuniclus hasn't got to do anything so far. You could argue that I should go to it right now. It's got the Psychic typing to beat Nidoking. It can tank a lot of moves fine. Maybe I should have. But oh well. Scald works fine here. I'm just going with the basic option. And I actually like Reuniclus as a cleaner. You get it in the late game, you set up that Trick Room, and they look at their team and they go, oh my gosh, I have 6 fast Pokemon. I have nothing to do here. It's priority or that's it. And to be fair, they do have lots of priority between Weavile and Rillaboom, but it's a Reuniclus. It's pretty tanky. So I'm always biased towards Reuniclus as a tanky finisher. And what's also good about the Trick Room cleaner is, you know, Landorus Therian is a good cleaner too. It can come in the late game and it can throw just 6 whatever Earthquakes to clean up a weakened team. But Reuniclus does that better because, again, you can't really outspeed Reuniclus if it's minus speed. There's not really anything you do unless they have like a Melmetal on their team or something. And you can choose moves, right? I talked about that a lot in my wall breaker video about how when you're wall breaking, you don't want to be guessing too much, right? And if Landorus finds itself in an endgame with a Toxapex and a Corviknight, well, it can swap back and forth on you forever. Okay, we're gonna take another one via forfeit. That's all right. But yeah, you can get 50-50 to your dying day, and I've actually got a poor history speaking for myself in getting 50-50. Whereas Reuniclus, you just choose the move that's best. You go, okay, it's this Corviknight, I'll click Thunder. Okay, it's the Spectre, I'll click, I guess, Psychic in that situation. It's the Toxapex, Psychic again. So looking at this, it's almost a mono Stark. This is the better part of a mono Dark team. In which case, I'll tell you what, I love Barraskewda as a lead. Call me crazy. Because if I get any of these guys threaten at close combat. But now that I think about it, if I saw either of these two, I'd be really afraid of a Scarfed set on one of these two. So I'm not loving that, and our Reuniclus is not loving it either. We're gonna have to hit some major Focus Blast if we want to get anything going right now. Tornadus is faster. It tanks everything from these guys, even if they are Scarfed. I believe it even tanks Scarfed Crocodile Stone Edge, and it can U-turn and figure out if they're doing some Zoroark nonsense. Beertick, we're faster than. Rapidash Galar, we are slower? No, faster than. Yeah. And then Arcanine, I can U-turn out into Pelipper. Although, no, I'd be risking a Wild Charge there. It gets a Thunder move. So maybe Seismitoad. But yeah, I'm pretty okay with this as a lead. Going for a bulky U-turner is kind of lazy, I always say. But in this situation, if I'm scouting a possible Zoroark, I'm okay with it. Plus, it's a super effective U-turn that's faster than all their Pokemon. So yeah, we've revealed that it is not Illusion. We revealed that it is probably a pretty big hitter. This is a tough question now. I don't know if they Dark Pulse here. Like, realistically, they have a move to beat all of my remaining 5 Pokemon right now. Maybe I should have Focus Blast if that was the case. Pelipper only dies to a Draco Meteor. I don't think that they Fire Blast right here. So Ferrothorn should be safe to scout everything. And it's not doing so much this game realistically. It's not like other games where it was completely critical. As they Body Slam. My word. I don't know what I expected, but that face when the Body Slam hits. Oh, wait. Then I mixed up my scenes. But that was crazy. And then hold on, they reveal Dragon Tail to boot, which swaps out our Pelipper and gives us a massive helping hand. I'll click Close Combat. They do have a 4x resist in their Rapidash here, but I see no reason to technically guess myself here. Not to mention I've got a fantastic swap into the Rapidash. I still can't believe they revealed a Body Slam Dragon Tail set. Maybe they're just physical. I realize you're Swift Swim, Beer Tick, but I'm still a Barraskewda, man. You're gonna need the agility first before you outspeed me in rain. Even then, that's actually 130. I think it's like base 60. Yeah, I think you need like an agility into Swift Swim to outspeed my Barraskewda. Rapidash Galar makes an appearance. Again, I don't know if I have anything that my Ferrothorn would fear right now. So we'll go to that right now. The Play Rough is gonna hit not too hard. Let's go for just a Leech Seed just to give us a possible pivot opportunity. Not to mention, if I'm them, I'm 1000% swapping out to my Arcanine right now, but they've kind of surprised me with their move choice so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if they made that type of decision there. Okay, I'll Gyro Ball if they insist on staying in. I really think they should go to their Arcanine. They've got it for a reason. They're gonna Confusion. Interesting. Bold choice. Eschewing the Psychic or the Psycho Cut like they have, they think Confusion for the Parahex, mayhaps. Code is fine here. Don't see anything that they would do to threaten us, and we'll be able to claim 1 kill straight afterwards. But it is the Zoroark. Touché. I guess Scald is my strongest move then. Zoroark or not. Later. I don't think I've ever successfully, at least on camera, whatever, being like, oh, this is Zoroark. I gotta watch out for this guy. I don't think I've ever gotten that right. Should I go for the 6-0? I guess not. It's funny. I always find offensive Seismitoad really funny for me to use because I can never determine how tanky it is. I used it for so often and all the time in DLC 1 as a Dracovish counter, and I got a really good grasp of how defensively strong it is. And I have like a really good head calcs for referring to defensive Seismitoad sets, but offensive ones I'm like, oh yeah, it can take an Earthquake. Yeah, it's just a Seismitoad, it's fine. Meanwhile, it's got like no defensive EVs, it's got like 200 HP, there's no way it's tanking it. Oh, they Fire Blast, they're gonna go blast until the end. But yeah, I always get like caught unaware when it comes to Seismitoad head calcs. If I was taking it seriously, I'd probably do an actual battle calculator way to finish it, but oh well, we're gonna take the win against a Mono Dragon team and Charizard. Fair enough, unless they've somehow snuck in Charizard X into Galar here. I think it's just a Mono Dragon, and I've been playing a lot of Mono type on the ladder. So in theory, Mono Dragon should be advantaged against Mono Rain because first of all, this isn't Mono Rain, so we're not that disadvantaged. But it should because it resists our water moves. But I think we'll manage just okay. Our team's a little bit more balanced. I say that with 4 offensive mons, but still. Charizard makes an appearance. We don't fear anything from this thing. Hurricane. Damn, I was not expecting that. I probably should have, though. But I guess I was right, though. We didn't fear anything, and that was the worst case scenario, probably, and we returned fire quite strongly. That's going to be, I imagine, a Duraludon. They usually use psychic moves, in which case we have a fantastic swap in with our Seismitoad. Hopefully they don't read me with the Draco Meteor here. That's a distinct possibility. Our last opponent wants to rematch. Now they don't. This is emotional whiplash. Do you want me or not, man? I'm here for you. Now there is the Duraludon Draco Meteor, like I feared. Does no kind of damage. I wonder if they're even EV invested. Or maybe now I'm sleeping on Seismitoad. Seismitoad, it's got 187 spin depth. You can't sleep on that. I go for the safe play. Like I said, I'm trying to underpredict as much as possible in this live, just because we're low ladder here. Sucker Punch, damn. Damn, Frat 2069. I didn't know you had it like that. I'm kind of fearing the Sucker Punch still. So honestly, Seismitoad was good against this team, so I'm a little bit afraid. I'm gonna start making a few more audacious predictions starting now. And Hurricane probably not even twice for a 2-hit KO. I have to nasty plot into a Hurricane to 2-hit KO. I'm not too much fearing the Dragon Dance. I need 3 to get out of range of our Barraskewda, but Barraskewda doesn't have much to hit them with. I can swap out to my Reuniclus. I think Reuniclus can take a +1 outrage. That warrants a calc. That warrants our first calc of the live. Can Reuniclus do it? Say, no, this isn't our set at all. No. Do this and Old Man calcs Dragonite. numbers. Can we tank a +1? Dual wing beat does seem likely, but I'm gonna just, for curiosity's sake, do outrage here. Ah, and it's cut off for you guys. What a terrible streamer, content creator guy I am. Yeah, we live a +1 outrage, and I can return fire decently hard. But it's still good in the end game. I do a lot of damage versus Jardigon and all them. Yeah, why not? This is all predicated on a Dragon Dance here, though, so we'll see. Oh, again, that wasn't even in the books for me. But all right. Trick Room maybe was the not optimal play. You can make the case that Psychic was better, but Trick Room covers them swapping to something like Duraludon better. Bind. This is just a Gen 1 set. Oh man, my dude is just on a new one right now. They're out healing us too, which isn't great. I'm gonna go for some Thunder Paras. 30% chance to para. That's something that I feel like people really underestimate when it comes to. They do not know about the Magic Guard. I gotta let them know here. That's something that people underestimate about Thunder, I think, a lot, is that it's essentially a paralyzed Scald. Your 30% chance to give something status is really significant in my opinion. It's the same with like a Poison Touch. Oh, I forgot the name of it. A Poison Touch Muck. That's it. Things with like more than 30% chance of a secondary effect, I think, are extremely significant. And at the last minute, they swap out to the Duraludon here as Trick Room ends. Good play on their part. This thing, does it get a fire move? Let's take a look here. Duraludon. I can take something and focus blast back, but Ferrothorn should be safe unless they go for the most audacious body press read right now. They reveal Dark Pulse. That's fine for us. Spikes doesn't give us too much, whereas Leech Seed gives us a good swapping opportunity afterwards. And on team this offensive, getting a free swap after whatever they do right now, it's gonna be pretty handy. Jardigon, this thing's a Swiss Army knife, so I'm sure it's gonna have some sort of move to hit us really hard. So I'm okay with Reuniclus. They've already got a Dark Tube type move for Reuniclus. I'm feeling okay with. A Trick Room, I think I might, just in case they go for a Sucker Punch right now. They don't. That's fair. I got a whole Focus Blast, which should take it out if it hits. If it misses, be a second opportunity here. So in this situation, I'm fine with it. Before, when Trick Room wasn't up, I wasn't okay with that. Whereas now we have a good chance to just OHKO it straight out. So I'm very fine with this. Reuniclus popping off. Jardigon, we meet again. Now this thing's gonna Sucker Punch, but like it's a Reuniclus. I don't know if I fear it too bad. Okay, they go to Dragonite instead. I'm gonna. Oh, we get the Spadef drop. Okay, we just beat this thing straight up now. Great. Great. They can stall us out, stall out our Trick Room terms, but they're not loving the situation long term. They gotta sack something right now, and that's gonna be Jardigon right as the Trick Room ends. Once again, good play. They're playing this smart, but again, Mono Dragon is a pretty massive disadvantage to be at. So we'll see how they go. I only just now put together the Lance, the Dragon type Tramer. Okay, that's rough on me. And actually, I'm doing a Reuniclus live here, and I've just got this Bug type Trainer. I gotta do something more appropriate here. What's the energy I need to get across with one of my favorite Reunicluses? I think it's going to be this guy, because it's a pretty boomer Pokemon choice, right? I'm a big fan of it from Gen 5, but I wouldn't judge anyone else for not really getting all the fuss. Guessing this is Scarf Salamence. Scarf and Moxie do pair really well. They crit us, which is too bad, because it would have been a 2 at KO. You could keep this just because it seems to completely wall out that Dragonite. But it's so low. It's so low. Dragonite must have 1 attack, which would knock us out. And then, or if it's going to Ferrothorn right now, it should die. If it's 2 hit, oh no, it's 12%. No, it won't die no matter what. But it's actually Scarfed. Yes, Nathan, genius. Ferrothorn should beat Tyrantrum. Don't know what Dragonite would have to possibly threaten us out either. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable right now. It does die. Okay, I was wrong. I thought it did 12% every turn, so I'm not sure what I'm predicting here. Tyrantrum does make an appearance. Again, it's Fire Fang. I'm expecting a Dragon Dance or something right now, in which case Gyro Ball will just clean it up. Head Smash. Okay, audacious. But Gyro Ball's gonna claim that, and we'll go for a Leech Seed for the win. We are about 20 minutes in and still yet to see a GG. Unbelievably rude. Low ladder players not GGing. My word. This team looks pretty threatening. As far as balance goes, we see a Spectrier, always scary. I'm guessing probably a Scarf, maybe Landorus, and a Banded Zapdos Galar. But again, this is low ladder, so I don't want to make too big predictions here with my choices. Sablar, it's going to do some sort of shenanigans with Prankster, I feel like. But I'm just going to... Yeah. U-Turn's lazy. U-Turn is very lazy. But then I can kind of see what it's about, you know? Yeah, Toxic, that's fine. Even if that had hit, that'd be fine by me. No to Reuniclus. Ferrothorn. They could taunt Ferrothorn. Natus, I can just have a Hurricane. And again, if they, I think if they Toxic us, it's not the end of the world. Or go for a Barraskewda flip turn, which is killing it. Barraskewda is not in long enough to care about Toxic for the long term. And if they go to their Tangrowth, then I get a free swap to my Tornadus. Yes, that is the game plan. The big concern with this team is going to be Tangrowth, but that's why I almost put the Reuniclus in the Tornadus slot more than anything else. But I think having, similar to, oh, Table is going to die there. No, it's full Fizz Def. Okay. I'm actually not sure what to do right now. I'll do this. If it Toxic means something in the world. But sorry, to finish the thought. Similar to, I think, Sun really benefits from having a Fire Weather Ball, because you can kind of hit some of your counters with the Fire Weather Ball. I think that one of the biggest benefits of Rain is that it synergizes so well with flying types like Zapdos or Tornadus here. Because, again, the grass types that would normally wall your water types, you can defeat with a Hurricane or what have you. So I think that's one of the greatest things about Rain and why it's so good right now. Zapdos in particular can cover, it gets a water type move, it gets an electric type move to beat the enemy water types, it gets, did I mention Hurricane? So flying, electric, Weather Ball for water, and then I'm probably missing something. Defog and Roost is probably the last one, but anyways, Heat Wave, that's what I'm thinking, Heat Wave. You get 4 different attacks there. Very good. Landorus, I fear a Scarf, Stone Edge. They go for rocks, huh? Okay. Okay. Well, that means that the Blissey is a full defensive set, probably a teleport set. Do I want spikes up? I kind of do. Let's go for it. I'm surprised they stayed in there. We can go for a Leech Seed. I can go for a knockoff. Knockoff doesn't get us too much against Landorus. I'm going to Leech Seed and predict that they stay in because, again, it's low ladder. Although they might realize that they stand nothing to gain the situation and a power up's a 2 at KO for them. Zapdos Galar, which is normally banded. We missed that, which sucks because we can't get quite as safe a swap in afterwards. But Tornadus seems pretty safe to me right now. I could also go to Reuniclus, actually. If I could turn back time, I think I would have gone to Reuniclus. I'm going to assume we're faster. That seems like banded damage to me for sure. I don't really see a comfortable swap in besides Blissey. Actually, Blissey is a good swap in. Blissey is a good swap in. U-turn's pretty safe, especially if you go to something weird. Okay, Landorus, fair enough. Let's go to the Toad. Rain ends, but we can still completely threaten it out with the Scald right now. Or go for rocks. I wonder if they knock off. That'd be a crazy, crazy move that a low ladder player might just make. I don't know. Trying to predict these guys is going to kill me. I don't see any hazard removal besides... I don't think... Does Zapdos Galar get it? I genuinely don't know. Stealth Rock seems like the safest to me, especially it covers this Tangrowth swap in. They go to Blissey instead, which is a bit interesting. I guess you can tank everything as fine as anyone. Let's go to our Ferrothorn here in case they go for some sort of status, or you could go for like a Wish Teleport. I don't know who will be the recipient though. So technically we're kind of down so far, but we've gotten a lot of intel on our opponent. Plus we gotten a full set of hazards up, which is always nice when you're playing offense. Ours is definitely the more offensive team than theirs. So the onus is on us to kind of break through in this early to mid game. However, I think we're doing fine so far. They go for a Tri-Attack. I suspected some shenanigans might go on here. In fact, I fear a Flamethrower, you know? I would never fear this anywhere else, but like, I genuinely fear a Flamethrower right now. Thunderwave, okay. You do you. You do you, Blissey. Tri-Attack would probably do about 30%, but I don't want this Barraskewda to come in with any damage. Whereas if I come in safe, Liquidate is really, it's not so threatening. Yeah. Breaking the combination of Blissey and Tangrowth is kind of annoying for us. But Barraskewda is our best start. So I'll U-turn out. It does do 30% as I predicted, and thank goodness we don't get paralyzed there because that would have gotten a little bit sticky afterwards. Tornadus means I can't go for a nasty plot Focus Blast like I would want to otherwise. Could with Reuniclus. I think that's a near 50% roll, but still not fantastic. Barraskewda covers a lot of our options here. It's taking a lot of chip if our opponent goes to Tangrowth right now, but I'm actually, man, Close combat makes so much sense, but this person's being quick to go to their Landorus. So I'm not sure. This is a really tricky one. I think I'll flip turn. Okay, so close combat is technically more optimal, but when you combine the hazards, plus it's taking 18%, Rocky Helmet, yep. Not bad. Now we're in range where we can really threaten with our Tornadus or with our Reuniclus. Attempt to go for Reuniclus and just attack, but actually Seismitoad's pretty threatening too. Gets in Blissey for free. And Tangrowth isn't taking any net damage at that point. I wonder what the best path is to just get like long-term damage going forward. I think it might be Reuniclus because they can't. This Tangrowth has no recovery. Reuniclus should completely wall it. It might get hit by a knockoff, but it's returning fire with a Focus Blast, doing tons of damage. And then Reuniclus can really threaten this Blissey with a Focus Blast. But I should calc that before I make that decision here. Blissey, and I'm gonna see if I can find the Reuniclus calc that works with our team here. Focus Blast is 46. If I hit 2, it's a 2 at KO. Why not? Let's live a little. Let's hit some Focus Blast. Why not? Why not? Yeah, when you count the hazard, entry hazards, leftovers, Focus Blast is a 2 at KO. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's run it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. They could surprise all expectations, going to Spectreer. That's possible. Spectreer is a problem with his team. You know, if it's a Scarf Spectreer, it could, in theory, do a huge number on us. Wow, okay, I didn't really expect that. Probably making a swap to Blissey right now, but they could go for a knockoff right now. Yeah, these low ladder players, I'm in their head. We get the turn 1 wake up. You're no longer 2 KO on Blissey, but we take out the Tangrowth, which is just enormous for us. That's the biggest wall to our Barraskewda and even to our Seismitoad to an extent. They do go to Blissey here, which should be a 2 KO. I want to Focus Blast in case they go for an attack straight up. Oh, we hit it through a para, but that's the Life Orb damage for you there. And that actually suggests to me, this is not a necessary calc at all, because I know the damage it's going to do. But that suggests to me that it's a Spadef Blissey. This person wants all of that special attack. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That means this person's running Calm Spadef Blissey. Unbelievable. Okay. Well, that means Barraskewda can just steal its lunch money. I think Ferrothorn could take it on 1v1. I'm actually going to go to it right now because Barraskewda's taking a little bit of chip right now, and it is our win condition, and we don't have a lot of rain. Leech Seed ensures that we stay in the game in terms of like health that we recover off. Knockoff seems pretty nice because then I can swap into lots of Pokemon to kind of wall it. All are very tempting. I don't know. Let's knock off. Blissey's hurt longevity. Landorus isn't swapping on Stealth Rocks for free anymore. If they happen to go to Spectreer, fantastic. But I'm thinking what's most likely here is Zapdos loses Choice Band. And after that, then this Tornadus has nothing to fear. I like that a lot. In fact, if they go to Zapdos right now, I'll probably go straight to my Reuniclus, who will be able to take it quite easily. And it can get up for free Psychic or something, maybe force in Blissey again. Blissey's an easier Pokemon to pivot in and out of than Zapdos Galar anyways. That's my thinking. They're taking a long time these turns. Let's give them the timer. I'm already about at the extent about how I want to go into live here. They stay in, which is frustrating, but we've gotten pretty lucky with their paralyzes so far, so you won't hear me complaining. Go to that Zapdos. Come on. Let's get that Zapdos. Come on. Bring in the Zapdos. No. Don't stay in, Blissey. You know better. Yeah, that is no defense Blissey. If it's taking that much from a Ferrothorn knockoff. Let's Leech Seed in case they demand to stay in here. They go to Landorus. If this Leech Seed hits, we're going to be in a great spot. Yeah, I mean, I don't really fear so much from this Landorus. I got to imagine the last move is Earthquake. Did they U-turn here? I'm going to go for knockoff again. I can't believe it was a max Spadef Blissey. That's so funny. Taking 40% from a Ferrothorn knockoff is hysterical. Oh, man. My opponent is anything but an open book for me right now. They could Earthquake. They could go for a U-turn. They could go for another knockoff, even though they've already knocked me off. I'm not sure at all. I know that this thing losing its hazards is going to be great, and if they happen to go back to Blissey's taking too much from knockoff at this point. That's like, I guess it takes 30% from knockoff, if I'm right. Maybe 20. Either way, between hazards, that means Blissey's forced to heal. That means we get another free Leech Seed up. Ferrothorn's rising in health. All good stuff. They're really thinking about it though. I gotta give them credit. They're not making a rushed play here. If I go to Reuniclus as an endgame thing is actually still not bad. If Blissey goes out of the way, then we're in a great spot. Zapdos gets smoked by Thunder. Spectrier takes a decent amount from Psychic. That'll be 50% at least. Although I'd give it a free setup there. You know, honestly, I'm just keeping Barraskewda at this point nice and healthy just so we can deal with Blissey. But it does beat everything else too. It beats Blissey. It's our best speed control option against Spectrier. Although Seismitoad should outspeed it fine. Actually, how does a Scarf Spectrier compare to... I typed in Scarf there. That's nice and smart. How does it compare to our Seismitoad in terms of speed? If we go to Swift Swim, and we're in the rain, it outspeeds us. Okay, you guys can't see that, but that's crazy. We get 591 from Spectrier, and a measly 542 here from Seismitoad. So Seismitoad is not much of an answer for this possible Spectrier. The U-turn. Fair enough. What did I click? Knockoff? I'm fine with knockoff, yeah. U-turn strikes me as a bit lazy. You're just taking chip on your important landers for no reason. But I guess by the same token, landers isn't that important anymore. Can't really wall anything at this rate. Zapdos, please hit the knockoff. Yes. Okay, now we get a completely free swap in on our Reuniclus here, unless they surprise me and go for another U-turn. That would be a crazy play. A lot of status on this team, you know? They were adamant on getting lots of toxic stuff with their Sableye, which they got. They are adamant on getting several Thunder Waves off with Blissey, and then Tangrowth with a Sleep Powder. They're just, our whole team is kind of like, it's okay. You know, we have a young 6-0 in the works right now, but the status, they're hurting. They're hurting. It's not looking good for them. But the band gone is huge for us. Zapdos is much easier to swap into right now. If I can get Tornadus like one little bit of Regenerator first off, then we're laughing. It can swap in on it completely free. Maybe not Brave Bird. It depends. It doesn't have a lot of defensive investment. Still does 33, huh? Dang, that's a 2-hit KO on us. Plus it can swap moves. Well, I think it might be time to say goodbye to our Reuniclus for the night. So long. Who do they go to? Get up one more bit of rain. I think that would probably put this opponent to bed right now. Go to Blissey, which takes a good amount there. I'll go to Barraskewda and go for... can I... Flipturn's definitely doing it outside the rain. This thing is so defensively weak. Yeah, let's Flipturn out of here. It all comes down to the Barraskewda's health, because I'm going to have a hard time with Spectrier and with Blissey without the Barraskewda. And now that that's gone, actually, now Seismitoad and Tornadus are both looking pretty wonderful. And if it's a Spectrier, then we're completely fine. We'll get in Pelipper here. Probably the last time, because after these Stealth Rocks, it's taking too much damage. Am I the one lagging right now? Or do they have to choose their swap? What's going on? Why is this taking so long? Load. Is my turn taking forever to go in? Is this a Nathan connection problem? I don't know. I think this is the ladder down? Ooh, that would be spicy end to the live. Live on Pokemon Showdown. Nathan watching the ladder crash. I think this might be a ladder crash right now. Let me check on the phone. Yeah, I'm on my phone right now on data, so it can't be my Wi-Fi, and I'm not getting anything. I think the ladder crashed, and the onus was on us to submit the turn, so we're actually gonna lose the game off that. I'll give it a couple more minutes, which I can edit around, but that's not looking good for us. Oh boy. Okay, well, sad ending to the live, if anything, but I thought we were in an advantage position there. They let their Blissey die. After Blissey went down, then it was really just a matter of time until the Barraskewda just swept 3-0 with 3 liquidations in the rain. Even by that point, unless it was a Scarf Spectrier, then Seismitoad could have done it. So a little bit unsatisfying ending to the live, but it was really just, you know, dotting I's and crossing T's there anyways. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Always useful, always handy. Thanks again. Hope you tune in for the next Reuniclus live. We'll use a different team then probably. But thanks again. Take it easy.